Good morning. How are we today? Y'all ready for some PoE? I hope you are. Alright, let's get right into the game, shall we? So, I am level 90. And I have killed the Arbiter of Divinity this morning. I decided to just go all in, and I just alkengoed all the maps, and we went and killed the Arbiter of Divinity, and then completed this area. So my Atlas tree now has 132 points allocated to it. I would like some more. I would like chance for fracturing orbs. I think that's quite important for the cleansed area stuff. Want to find more exceptional items. Can we get some exceptional weapons? Yeah, there we go. So we do need some more. I don't know how much harder Arbiter of Divinity round 2 is going to be. It's a hard fight. It is not an easy fight. Gear-wise, pretty average gear. I kind of stopped upgrading for a little while when I realized I just wanted to see if this particular setup with very low investment would do the questline pinnacle, and it did just fine. But now I need to think about upgrades. So how do we make this build better? We could definitely do with some better boots. So we could do double res, deflection, more life, more evasion rating, and more movement speed. So that's probably the first upgrade I'm going to go for. Obviously, plus projectiles would be pretty big. Either on the amulet, we can get 2 more here, and we can get up to 5 on the weapon. But looking at trade, there are... there's a T2 Fizz plus 5 proj weapon for sale, but it's 29 divines, or it's plus 4 proj, sorry. But I mean, that would be pretty bonkers. Crossbows at the moment are around 3 div for a basic T2 Fizz. If it's a good roll, maybe 5 or 6. If it has a good second attribute, then you're looking 15 plus. Or 29 in the case of plus proj. But that would be ideal. Then we would have a 4 mod weapon instead of a 3 mod weapon that this is effectively. Or we could gamble, right? I could buy a 3 div crossbow. I could slam it with the perfect augmentation. And we could see what it hits. But I think before we start gambling, I've only got 13 divines. So I need to think about better upgrades. So we also want a Lavianger's Wisdom. We want a plus 3 proj. Why is everything getting priced in annulments now? We would like a plus 3 projectile neck. Maybe with some stats, some useful stuff on it. That was pretty good. Can has. Alright, there we go. We'll buy this one. This was 4 divines. That was 4 divines. That's a pretty good one. Okay, so this has good rolls-ish. Alright, we're lacking some evasion, but it has a pretty good life roll, crafted, of course. It's got skill speed, fire res, plus 3 proj. Enrage Koala. Good to see you. Welcome into the stream. So there we go. First upgrade purchased. We're giving up 20 decks, but that's fine. We have lots of decks, but we're getting plus 2 proj, so... we still are overcapped on resistances, which is good. So now I'm going to go shopping for some boots. We're going to wait to do the Cospre's Will swap I'm going to scale damage in other ways first, because it's fitting in a Cosprees means finding a source of like stats and resistances. So we will wait to do that swap. I also got a unidentified diamond from Arbiter of Ash. I have not pulled the trigger on identifying it yet. I don't know what they can roll, but according to Exiled Exchange, they're currently going for 1 divine unidentified. They were going for 30 exalts earlier, so I'm just holding on to it at the moment. Okay, boots. I would like some boots. A Lavianger's Wisdom would also be pretty good. They are apparently going for annuls now. How much are annuls? Why is everything getting priced in annuls? 20-ish exalts. Annuls have doubled in price, it seems. So, and divs have, well, they're holding steady. They were 80 earlier. They've dropped down to 70-ish. So Lavianger's is like 5 annulments, which is like 100x. So if I scroll down, are these scams? Lavianger's has been dropping quite quickly. So turns out I didn't end up chancing one. 99x, there we go. But they're pretty poorly rolled. 2 divines would be 140. These are all very bad rolls though. So if I bought 3 annuls, I could get a Lavianger's. Or if I buy 2 annuls, I could get a Lavianger's. Are there any better rolls than this? They're all pretty bad rolled, but I don't really need much mana regen. I don't use my mana flask unless I run into a mana drain rare, but it would mean we could get some powerful nodes. Okay, they're all bad rolls. Waifu Gate. Wanted to drop by and thank you for the build crafting video you made. Helped me get out of build paralysis. Oh, I'm glad to hear it, Waifu Gate. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Welcome in. And thank you for the follow. I noticed you gave me a follow earlier. I appreciate that as well. All right, 2 socket snake bites, a couple of divines at the moment. That's probably not worth it. Let's look for some boots first. I would like some more evasion and deflect on my boots. So we'll do boots. And we'll do move speed. Should we go up to 30 move speed? We'll do 400 evasion. We want life. Lightning res. And deflect. All right, very cheap, very cheap. We probably want more lightning res than just any lightning res. So if we take off these boots, well, you do want like 35-ish lightning res. All right, now we're looking at a divine. Two divines for one with a crafted mod. Stun threshold. Dexterity, life, evasion, deflect, lightning res. They're getting pricey. Maybe I'll drop down to 25 move speed. And we want at least 69 life. At least 10% deflect. Alright, I think we can make do with 25% move speed, I think, to save ourselves some cash. I think more importantly, I want more evasion and some deflect. If we could get double res, that would be ideal. We could do rarity. $90 exalts. We could get an okay upgrade for 90 exalts. Maybe that's worth it for now. They're corrupted, but that's not a big deal. One divine. I think I just buy these for now. I just really want some more deflect rating. It's pretty low deflect roll though. But the rarity doesn't hurt for helping us farm a bit more. Yeah, fuck it. I just buy these. And then we need to replace the rune with a lightning one. Alright, so a bit more evasion, a bit more deflect. So we're at 49% evasion and 30% deflect. And we are, I guess, pretty close to our resistance caps at the moment. So maybe that's what I do for now and see how this feels. Should also check how much level 20 skill gems are, eh? Got gems. 240 exalts. 4 div, or 3-ish div. That's too much. We could get a pretty decent amount of res by upgrading our ring at some point. This ring is ripe for an upgrade. Let's run some maps. I was going to do the ritual quest line, so let's just do some mapping. I die occasionally on this build. It's not the most tanky, but it's not also as made of paper, so... And I'm just Alcon-going maps with an Overseer's precursor tablet. Let's just run some maps. Yeah, it was quite a few more hours, like hard lining towards the Arbiter questline than I was expecting it to be. I got a bunch done last night, and I was like, oh, I'll just you know, rush through the maps. I won't add any league mechanics, and I'll just run all of the fortress maps as quick as I can. No tablets, just Alk and go, run to the boss, make sure I've checked the runes of Aldur and any juicy mechanics. And it still took quite a long time. I think it was still like, must have been a good 7 or 8 hours. I think the other quest lines hopefully it won't be quite as difficult in terms of the sheer number of maps we need to run. I've already got the audience with the king. But yeah, it definitely feels like I was faffing around for a long time. At the start of the league, which is, you know, it's understandable. Didn't really, ooh, my tink. Didn't really know what I was doing. Was probably spending too much time doing league mechanics that weren't rewarding in maps. I was using tablets when I probably shouldn't have been using tablets. I should have just been flying through the maps, leveling up. But now we know. So when we do the next league, whether that's Timmy's private league or the balance patch leagues. Poison Merc, yeah, this is my this is Pathfinder, poison stacking run and gun Pathfinder. Single target felt a bit weak there, but I think his DR just hadn't worn off. But yeah, we're doing many stacks of poisons with armor piercing rounds for clear with chain and HVR and frag rounds for single target. So at the moment, my spreadsheet says frag rounds DPS is around 1 million. With what is effectively a 2-mod crossbow, T2 fizz and T3 flat. So as you can see, it clears pretty nicely with Herald of Plague and Bursting Plague. Single target's quite nice. Make sure I got the right supports in HVR. Yep. So I could do with a source of a life leech and then more spirit as well. If I could get 60 spirit, I could either fit in Wind Dancer or Berserk if I get some life leech. Berserk would be a pretty big DPS upgrade. You're going to be doing Pathfinder as well, hoping running assault works with a spear field. As long as spear field, it doesn't count as a melee attack. I can't remember if spear field stops you in place. I have used it, but it's been a while. I did a bleed Pathfinder build at the start of 0.2. But yeah, I can't remember if Spearfield is melee. If it's melee, it makes you stop, right? Which means running assault won't work. I don't know why I'm still running this map. Oh, now I know why I'm still running this map. We were looking for the sarcophagus room. If it's melee, yeah, because melee attacks stop you in place. You cannot use melee attacks while moving. Oh. But it's easy enough to check. Ooh, a great wolf rune of claws. Ho ho ho! It's the great wolf. I can't even say it. All right, let's turn on amelioration. Oh, turn on amelioration now. Wow, what is this helm that I just picked up off the floor? Double res, deflect, and an open prefix for a rib? Oh. I think I just found an upgrade just laying on the floor. I have to give up some chaos res, but chaos res for deflect seems like a good idea. Yeah, I can just take some other nodes on Pathfinder. I was mostly interested in the double stacks of poison with Spearfield hitting a bunch. Yeah, double stacks is nice. The poison duration, as long as you're hitting very, very fast, the poison duration nerf is not a big deal. Like, it would be disingenuous for me to say that it's not noticeable, but it's not a huge nerf. But yeah, hopefully your Spearfield idea works out good. Do I just hit this with a rib then and see if I can make it super beefy? Feels like I do that. I mean, it's already an upgrade, right? The question is it worth an echoes? I think it's already worth a divine as it is. How much are echoes though? Oh yeah, I just bought an expedition tab. So I can take all these and put them in their rightful place. I do have an echoes laying around. What are they worth though? They're worth a div. But I think it might be worth it. Because this helm could be extremely, extremely good. So I think I will use it. Alright, fingers crossed. Oh, that's a decent life roll. It's a very good life roll. I don't know if I'm going to do better than that. if I re-roll again. Don't know what I'd be hoping for that would be better than 100 life. I'd probably just take it. Otherwise I'm gonna be regretting it if I don't just take that. Alright, we'll take the life. So we give up a bit of chaos res in exchange for a little bit of evasion, but lots more deflect. So now we're at 40% chance to deflect. And we can throw an iron rune in there for now. We're at 750 evasion. So that puts us still at 50%. Should probably find a way to fit Wind Runner into the Wind Dancer into this build, eh? I know it already has a powerful map boss, but I want the bonuses from the tablet. One thing I've found that's quite noticeable is how much effectiveness scales the difficulty of Endgame. Delirium mirrors are also bugged, so activating this mirror just increases the chance I'm going to die for basically no reward. I've made it to the boss a few times now, and it's not giving me anything. So I don't think I'll be clicking that. Feeling pretty good. I don't know if my spreadsheet is correct. It doesn't feel like it's quite doing 1,000,000 damage per second. It's not far off, but it's not quite. Maybe HVR isn't hitting as hard as I thought. ZX C miss C ZX C minus. Why am I flying? This is the Maven MTX from the PoE 1 3.27. Kirax Vault reward. Alright, where are the sagas? Are any of these worth anything? They're all worth about 6x, it seems. Gaius Quintus, good to see you, man. How you doing? Hope you're still having a good league start, Gaius. You made any good progress? We're getting there. We are getting there. I'm just making my way to the ritual area so that I can do the ritual quest line. Because I like ritual and this build likes ritual. Your single target is kind of bleh, but your super tanking in the area is good. I would trade single target for tankiness. If bosses don't feel dangerous, that's always nice, eh? And if you're not dying in maps. Plenty of time to scale single target. Ooh, an irradiated tablet. These are so rare. If you find irradiated tablets, they do not drop very often. Once you've unlocked them anyway. You have to unlock the ability to drop them, but they are pretty rare. Do we not get them for free every time we to a tower? I don't think so. Did we get one from the first one? We did. I mean, maybe, but I mean, I haven't even left the starting area yet, so. So it might be that they drop from every tower. It's just a case of how long it is before we actually start going out into the Atlas. I mean, I'm well over a day played and I've not left the starting area. And there's no towers out at sea. That's just the old expedition. Powers are probably super low prio comparatively since you want to stay local earlier to get the quest lines done and the Atlas points. Yeah, exactly right. I guess if you wanted to get all of your Atlas points, you probably do want to rush out into the towers so you can find citadels and stuff. Because you need to really, you're going to need needing to be doing Arbiter of Divinity a few times to get all your points. If you don't want to just grind out fortress maps. Though I guess grinding out fortress maps with a bunch of modifiers that you want on them isn't a terrible idea once you've done your League quest lines. There are some of the maps give you multiple points. I did get like 3 and 2, but they're from like the gateways and stuff give you more points. And then when you complete Arbiter for the first time, you get to complete a whole area. So I got like 50 Atlas points when I killed Arbiter of Divinity. On top of the 80 that it took me to unlock Arbiter of Divinity. So I'm like halfway through my Atlas tree, nearly. So yeah, killing Arbiter of Divinity gets you half of your Atlas points, nearly. But then I think you probably need to kill him 3 more times, realistically. I'm sure you can just buy entry to him. I did get a cool pair of boots from him. I don't know if they're any good. I don't know what Define Flight is, it doesn't say. But they are armor ES boots with faster dodge roll. Gain guard equal to missing energy shield when you dodge roll. And divine flight. I wonder if that makes you immune to ground effects. Yeah, I don't think they're worth anything. They're not on Exiled Exchange. I haven't actually checked PoE trade for them. A couple of X. Yeah, they're not really worth anything. They're cool though. It's a pretty good belt. Sell that for a divine. Meganords. Two X. $888 evasion rating. Wow, 3 8s in a row is such a pleasing number to look at. Eat, eat, eat. We got some heavy belts for the Gamba. Let's go do some more maps. Just try and fly through them. We're trying to make our way to Kaer Tarth. I'm slowly learning to be a faster player. Oh, there's an abyss here. Nice. Learning how to ignore things, how to let things go, you know? It's all about letting things go. Don't have to do every mechanic to its completion. You agree with me about liking new ritual? I've always just quite liked ritual in general. I don't know, I like being trapped in a tiny circle. It wasn't even about the rewards, I just quite like the mechanic. Plus, you know, I'm playing a poison prolif build, so grouping everything up into a tiny circle is also pretty good for this build. But yeah, I would like it to be more rewarding. It's currently not been particularly rewarding. Maybe that's why you like it too, since your AoE is so great. Yeah, it's nice that you can specialize in a mechanic that's good for your character, eh? I have to say, considering I'm on like 2.5k life, I've not found one-shots to be too bad. Like, I took a lot of hits in the Arbiter fights, and it didn't die. And my deflection isn't that high, you know? So I wonder, it does seem like they've eased up on the spikiness a bit. Now, that isn't to say that I haven't died, because I've died plenty. Sometimes just from putting myself in a bad situation, you know, getting a bit too cocky with where I'm standing. And sometimes just a random spike of damage from like a really rippy map. Or like a fully delirious boss breathes on me, like a devourer or something. Any good? T2. Oh, thorns. Never mind. For now, Ophelia, it's chaos damage for me since I'm on an ES pre-CI. Will be fine once I get a bit more and can switch. For now, random chaos deletes me. Yeah. Chaos hurts me too. It hurt less when I had a bit more resistance, but I just gave up some resistance for some more deflect. Oh. A random monkey appears. That was fun. Oh, and he dropped in a radiated tablet. Of course, the first random map boss I get from the mechanic is a monkey. It's always monkey. That's not worth running. It should be him 2/3 of the time. Feels right thematically for him to just to barge in and cause trouble. Yeah. Just the monkey just Kramers in. Like the Kool-Aid man. Oh yeah. Be good if, Queen of Filth would be another good one. Is this bird? Oh yeah, it's bird in it. I might die here. We got him. We got him. The trick is just delete him before he can do anything, eh? Well, I mean, he has killed me today, so... It's not outside the realm of possibility. Sometimes he'll just like, I'll nearly kill him, and then... he'll start doing one of his moves that makes him immune to damage, and that's when things get a bit dicey. Why is every map delirium? I don't want delirium if it's not going to give me any rewards. didn't see anything in the latest patch notes for the delirium bug. I mean, I'd be more than happy to do delirium because it's fun. It's really difficult. So it's definitely very engaging content, but there's no reward for it. You get all the way to the boss and like nothing drops. Yeah. And it's really rippy. Looking forward to seeing how my boss handles Rite of the Nameless. No, I haven't even made it to the hub yet. I haven't made it through any of the quest lines apart from Fortress, and then I just focused like 100% on Fortress. So I figured I'd start with Ritual because I like doing it, and then we can work through the other... We'll work through the other quest lines and then using Ritual tablets. Ooh, Sakawals. Rune of this, always Rune of the Sky, right? Let me double check. Yeah, Rune of the Sky. I mean, they're not really worth anything. Runes are... None of the runes are particularly expensive from the 6 mod Runes of Aldir. You're spooked about the ritual map bosses. Yeah, I think I'm going to not use a powerful map boss tablet for it. That feels like it might be a mistake. I'm not that confident in my build. Yeah, I can't hear my loot filter sounds. I'm going to turn them up. Let me know if my loot filter sound gets too loud, though. I can't hear them over the music at the moment. Let me know if the game sounds are too loud. There we go. I can hear it now. Hopefully that's not messed it up on the stream. Sounds good, sounds good. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Snotty Sash. Glad to have your tigs back, right? I didn't realize how much I'd missed them until they went away. Have any of you all got to Arbiter of Divinity yet? I'm dying to hear other people's opinions on it, but I don't want to spoil it for anyone, so I didn't put any footage of it in my build update video because I think it's very epic. It's hard as nails, but it's epic. Not yet. I've kind of been postponing since I'm not sure how well I'll do with my low damage. Need a staff upgrade so bad. Yeah, that's fair enough. He is punishing. Like, I have really good single target damage, and it was a hard fight. I will also say that he is very mobile. I was very thankful that I had the Pathfinder's cannot be heavy stunned while sprinting node, because there were times in the fight where I was just sprinting around the arena, not knowing what was going on, hoping I didn't get hit. You only just got to maps, Koala? I guess I've been playing a bit too much. Nearly all your damage is slow thrashing vines. I mean, you might be alright. He's just hard to aim at, right? I have to aim my gun. So that's part of the challenge. I've got to point my gun at the thing I want to shoot at, and there were many times I didn't know where he was because he was so fast. I wonder how much voices are. I haven't actually looked at voices prices. If anyone's even got any yet. A 2-socket voices has been listed for 1,000 divines. Hey, protagonist. Seems like they might be a little bit rare, right? Info. All in. Alright, we'll just defer this because they're worth like half a div. Offer the rest to the king, my champion. Take my tribute. She'll meet again soon. I mean, I wonder if the reason voices are so expensive is because of the delirium bugs. A corrupted necromantle. I started over with a friend who spontaneously got the game yesterday. Are they enjoying it? +1 addict, exactly. How much of your Atlas and League mechanics have you filled out? So yes, I have done around half of my Atlas because I've killed Arbiter of Divinity once. So I picked up a few of the nodes up here. I would like a few more of the nodes, to be honest. And then I've done like none of the quest lines. I'm now heading over to Ritual to do Ritual questline. We're nearly there. Enough to get an EA key. Alright, I'm going to turn on this delirium, fuck it. I can't keep walking past the mirror. See if we actually get anything. I think I've had a total of like 2 emotions, 2 low-level emotions drop from delirium content. I do feel like the Atlas still kind of has the issue where you're kind of saving content for later because you don't have all your points yet. It's like there's a moment of Zen over by King's March, and I don't want to use it because I don't know if I've taken all of the moment of Zen nodes from the Atlas tree. Right, what? Oh, you motherfucker, are you kidding me? Oh, it's a deadly map boss, right? Oh, yeah, I thought that was going to happen. Am I about to lose a ton of XP? Give me a break. Can I hit him? Oh my fucking god. Mistake. And now it's unsocketed my frag rounds. There we go. We got him. No. Oh, fucking. Ooh. That was intense. And I can't unspec from that happening. I can just stop summoning circles, I think, from... Maybe I can unspec from that. I might unspec from that for a bit. Rune of the Hunt. Rune of Acrobatics. Accumulation. Control. Don't think I'm going to hit level 91 if I keep summoning Asmodees from summoning circles. In the middle of Delirium Fog. After 2 days and only 4 stash tabs, he convinced himself that he needs it anyway. Does seem like an oversight if you can't unspec some of the nodes that add difficulty. I've got some kind of mixed feelings about the end game. Feels like there's too many competing incentives, so choosing anything feels kind of bad. Almost feel like I'm incentivized to do the lowest maps, sprinting past everything so I can unlock features to play. That was what I was doing all morning, right? I was doing 0 tablet Alcon goes through the fortress. Because if I added league mechanics, every map just takes so long. Can't believe I added Delirium and then Asmadi spawned immediately. How unlucky was that? Fucking delirious Asmadi. But I mean, that isn't to say that Alcon going wasn't rewarding. I did make like 10 div while doing that. So things are like generally, I guess, quite rewarding. It feels compounded by my currency gear feeling weaker than usual than I usually am at this point. I have like 3 gear pieces under level 50 still. Made the mistake of doing the highest tier maps that I could so I could only buy T13s from Doriani. Yeah, he only sells 1 minus, eh? You wanted to downgrade what maps you were doing? Are you on trade or SSF, Gaius? Ah, okay, right. Yeah, I've heard the crafting changes have made SSF very challenging. So I can imagine if you're not doing like a super meta low gear requirement build, it's very, very challenging. Wait, there were 3 rituals that I didn't even see. This is a linear map and I missed all of the rituals. Guess I'll backtrack then. What's nice though is with the change to cost for ammunition, Rageforge works. The downside is Rageforge charges me rage when I shoot and when I reload. So I have to pay double the rage for one of the effect. Well, I mean, each thing has a cost and it adds to cost, so they would need to directly, I guess, add the exception. But it's probably worth reporting, isn't it? I think I have a whole host of crossbow-related things that I need to report. Ammo is more frequently loading into the wrong slot than before. There's jamming issues when switching to a second weapon set, even if the clip is full. There's the cost stuff. Shooting doesn't cost anything on crossbows. So they made a change so that it used to be that it doesn't have a cost, right? Which is significant because it means if it doesn't have a cost, you can't add anything to the cost. Now it has a cost, but that cost is 0. So you can add a cost as long as it's not a percentage of the mana cost. You haven't used anything except the currency exchange, Koala? Yeah, I think that's probably pretty good, right? Just being able to buy like the specific crafting materials you need so you can make your own stuff is a big boon just on its own. I'm not ashamed to say I've been taking full advantage of trade and buying gear as well. Oh, did I just talk through an ad? I just cannot keep track of when the ad runs now. Whoops. I really need to automate the chat message, so I can see it coming myself. That's why I was considering changing the ad break to a shorter, more frequent one. Because if I'm going to forget anyway, maybe it's better if the interruptions are shorter. What is this? A snake pit. 7x. Prayers for rain. Just keep offering tribute, I think. Somehow every character I start ends up running a crossbow. Welcome to the club, baby. Once you go crossbow, you never go back. Hold back. Sell that for 50. Yeah, Koala, I'm the same. Whenever I want to play a character, I always want to play a crossbow character. You are not alone. We have some other crossbow addicts in the chat. Raise your hand if you're a crossbow addict. It's always nice going back to what feels comfortable. That's you and maces. Nice. I really enjoyed my little foray into maces on my Forge Hammer Titan. I mean, I know it's technically not melee when you're throwing a hammer around, but it was still a really fun build. I really enjoyed it. I definitely want to revisit a mace build this league. Probably the cold one. Just because it's new and it looks fun. Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna see if I can change this node. Do I have a node? What do we have? Rare monster packs have a chance for an extra rare. That's one of my choices. We could switch Summoning Circle to Rogue Exile. Greater Essence of Battle. Increased chance of Rogue Exiles. Rarity. We want Shrine Bus reapplied. Not that I've ever found a shrine. And we have Gloom Shrines. Alright. Yeah, I can't unspec out of the thing that makes summoning circles that sometimes summon deadly map bosses, eh? I had the urge to make a warrior shortly after getting to maps, but I got to stick it out on this caster. I want the full experience. Yeah, you got to experience scaling casting all the way to the end, right? They're rough to level, right? If you don't get lucky and get a really good plus skills very early, the middle bit of casting is rough. Early quarterstaff is so mid, but it scales so nicely. My 0.5 journey so far is starting a monk, disliking quarterstaff, and switching to crossbow on the new character. I started Titan, didn't like maces, also switched to crossbow. Crossbow supremacy. Feel like I just want an Orbo Alchemy here. We use a lot of alchemies. Yeah, I played a charge-staffed quarterstaff build. The quarterstaff is very fun in the end game, you're right, guys. When you get your attack speed up and you have charge staff going, and you're like whizzing around with your lightsaber. I'll go back to Monk Sunday because I think there's a ward build with the Fist of Stone Hate Forge. Is there now? That sounds cool. Has anyone seen any cool ward-based builds? Has anyone figured one out yet? You're about to ask the same thing. I've not really been keeping up with what everyone's doing. Aside from seeing like DM's video where he's done every quest line already. He's like got like 51 hours played or something since Friday. with his Spirit Master Pokemon build. I think he's using a Soul Eater Monkey, which sounds bonkers. I wonder what the cap of spending I should put on mid-investment is. Like 50 div total? So like no expensive lineage gems, no Rigwalds, no Ulnatol's Embrace. No voices, it seems. I've only read the skills I got offered on the Remnant, and they all seem pretty underwhelming since they need Ward. Ward feels kind of bad to invest into me. Was he able to make that work? The Spirit Master thing? Yeah, I mean, Spirit Master appears to be absolutely busted. Yeah, boss companions are broken in a good way. And GGG have said that it's intended that they are as powerful as they are. You were trying to math out the poison duration, and it seems that it's hard to cap out the stacks with the 50% reduction. Is POB pretty accurate with the poison stack calculations? Yes, it is pretty accurate. So mine is telling me that my poison duration, taking into account this node, where are we? Escalating toxins. My poison duration is like just under 2 seconds. And on my fragmentation rounds, I'm attacking 7.5 times a second. So I can keep stacks up. That allows me like stack potential of about 110%. DM's monkey build was a bonkers, you say. That's right. You thought Spirit Master was going to be giga bad? Well, I hope you are pleasantly surprised. I haven't invested fully into it, but as far as ward builds, I think there might be some very interesting synergies between Armor Break and Herald of Ice chaining. Ah. Oh, we got our first Ritual Atlas point. Oh, I have the wrong master equipped. Whoops. Just gonna put Scavenge on, I guess. Alright, where are we going first? Additional reroll won't do anything else. Increased progress. Rite of the Nameless adds 1 additional map. Additional modifier. Rite of the Nameless can rarely offer specific, valuable, unique items. I guess we're going up there, aren't we? Thank you for the follow, Voden. I appreciate it. welcome to the stream. Excuse me. Love the build. Is it really better to use Rage over Wind Dance? Well, I like the damage. Gaius Quintus with the gifted sub and a refresh of their sub. Thank you very much, Gaius. I appreciate it. Hope you're going to enjoy your pet. Thank you very much. Is it better to use Rage over Wind Dancer? So, I mean, obviously Wind Dancer will make us significantly tankier. I mean, let me craft it now and see what the difference is. I've not been using it at all, but then I am an idiot. So it might be that being safer is better. So if I turn off Herald of Plague, let's have a look. Let's let them stack up. So we go from 50% evasion to 56, and we go from what, 40% to 50? No, 40% deflect to 49. So it's not insignificant. But personally, when I was leveling, I felt like I needed more damage. And there are many benefits to Eternal Rage. It's not just the 30% more damage. It lets us use Takati's Ire, which means our clear is a lot better because our poisons are shorter. So you want them to do their damage much faster. It lets us use Rage Forged in high velocity rounds, which is a pretty good support. And just generally, it gives us 30% more damage. It also, if we get some more spirit, and some source of life leech, we can put Berserk in. So, personally for me, yes, I felt like it was worth the trade. But it's up to you, right? Wind Dancer is safer, and you can stack up the damage on Wind Dancer and make it poison, which gives you a bit better clear as well when you get hit, if you get hit. So totally up to you. It's a personal preference. I am considering testing out dropping ES and going like full evasion deflect. But I haven't decided yet. Did I see the split personality, Ruby? It looks nuts, right? Where you can start from anywhere on the tree. It does look nuts. Alright, I actually don't care about the story. Ah, I still have to make it over to the crux of nothingness, eh? No, don't go back in. Click the Atlas device. There's a gem that lets you start from anywhere on the tree. Yeah, I think there's a bunch of them, right? Thanks for the tip on how to craft the weapon as well. I'm so noob at crafting, so start saving to craft my own because I could not find something ready to buy. Yes, all of the crossbows that have 700 physical DPS are like one divine cheaper, but you can't cheaply add a tax chain and additional time to them is one of the issues there. Oh, it's like each of the gems lets you start from a different part of the, like a different starting character. Sorry, guy, I didn't mean to get your hopes up there. Start from anywhere on the tree, it would be insane. You never know, though, one day. In PoE 1, I think those jewels, they let you jump to another jewel socket, right? Is that, am I making that up? Crazy powerful in the right hands. There's definitely some ascendancies that would love that ability, right? When I originally made this character, I did Theorycraft trying to start from the witch side of the tree, but it didn't actually help that much. Just gave me a little boost to ES. I mean, Titan in particular could make very good use of that jewel, right? Of course it's Titan though, eh? It's always hulking form that abuses that stuff. Getting a bit of a dry throat. Double vision. Titan would be the king of that jewel. What else would make good use of that jewel? What else would like to start from somewhere else on the tree? I guess Gemling, because of the new alternate quality stuff. So you can actually do spells more easily. Very true. I'm sure there would have to be some spell builds that would love Deadeye's extra proj, but don't want to start on the deck streak. Good point. Yeah, Deadeye plus proj spells. Oh, maybe we could use it on a Abyssal Leech Siege Cascade build to go down to Mercenary and get all the juicy crossbow nodes down there. And the pin stuff. Oh, now we're talking. Split personality, Abyssal Leech. Fuck yeah. Also, very thematic. Alright. We've got a plan, guys. We've got a plan. Carpet Bomber, Abyssal Leech, Split Personality Disorder. I met a butt. Following your guide, mostly reached the end of the game. Not the fastest campaign by clearing speed, but too much fun. Thanks for a great guide. You're welcome. I'm glad you're having fun with it. Yes, the clear speed, when you switch to poison, it does slow down a little bit. But as you can see, it speeds up again later on. But I'm glad you're still having fun nonetheless. I was worried that the slow clear speed would be annoying for some people when I realized that that would happen. But glad you're enjoying it, and thanks for stopping by the stream. Good to have you here. We love us some crossbows and poison here. Shaman has some pretty great general ascendancy points. Any weapon build getting bonded modifiers on the runes could be good, and extra rage. I need to empty me bags. Why have I picked this up? Thanks again. You're welcome. Thank you. I love to hear good feedback. Do I have a loot filter that you can use? I think I could probably share my loot filter. I am not a currency gamer though, so I would warn you that I hide a lot of stuff. How would I share my loot filter? Can I share it? I don't even know how to share it. I can make them public. Ah, okay. Config? Public. Oh, it is public. So then do I just copy the URL? Profile? View my profile? I think it's thinking about it. I think. Okay, yeah. I can share this. I think that'll work. So I warn you that you should look at the config because I hide everything that isn't useful to me. So I only show evasion and ES bases for armor, and I only show crossbows unless they drop as like tier 5. It's set at strict, but just because I just can't be bothered to check everything for how much it's worth. I hate doing that shit. So I put out the disclaimer that it may be a bad filter because I'm not very good at the currency side of this game. We're just here for the vibes, you know? Here for the crossbow vibes. Move speed. No, they're no good. No good, no good. No good. Did we get another Alice point? Or do we have to do the ritual? Have you all found any good farming strategies as you've been leveling up? You all had any big drops? I've been making like steady but not spectacular income. I'm using an Ingenuity belt. Is it still worth having, or do you have to switch? Ingenuity is good. If you have good rings, Ingenuity is great. As long as you're meeting your stats and resistance requirements. Yeah, Ingenuity should be a DPS boost if you have physical damage on your rings. But generally, yeah, I like Ingenuity. I think it's a great belt. Why can't I click this? Why can't I click you? Stupid. Low roll, yeah, low roll ones aren't very good. You want at least 25% on at least one of the rings. That's not my stash, that's a vendor. The bug of not being able to allocate passives is getting annoying, eh? Unless I'm missing something. Let's try relogging. Maybe I'm just not allowed to allocate that until I beat Nameless King. Yeah, I'm just not allowed to allocate it, I guess. It doesn't say I have to have done the audience. Alright, we'll just get more tribute. Did I actually finish that ritual? I don't think I did. I did just drop a double vision dryad crossbow. Is this thing good for a special crossbow build of some kind? Someone made it work, and it might be better now, right? Because you can scale it up. But someone, was it Struth Gaming did a double vision build, so you can always check that out. Yeah, maybe it takes more than 1 point to allocate a big node. I want to copy yours, and I was looking for how I can respec the tree. Yeah, I mean, don't worry about trying to copy what I've done exactly, right? You should just be mostly taking inspiration. But yeah, I think I was using Ingenuity at the medium investment tab, right? Which is from the previous league. Yeah. So Alcan Go T15s. I updated the guide today. Alcan Go T15s and Questline Pinnacles is what I'm currently using, which doesn't use an Ingenuity. I don't know if I'll be using one in the future. That's it for me today. It's getting late. Thanks for hanging around, Koala. I appreciate it. Always a pleasure. Get some good rest and enjoy the grind. Could be I don't have the points. So maybe I need more than 1 point to allocate a big node? Is that what you're saying? I like big nodes and I cannot lie. Oh, I had the point. It let me allocate it somewhere else. It just wouldn't let me allocate the big node. But it doesn't say it's locked behind anything. Mm-hmm. I can be a back to front. What do we got here? Oh, a new skill. Level 20 ward-bound minions. Summon one ward-bound minion on skill use and an additional minion for each additional 59 runic ward spent. Ward-bound minions. Level 20 is worth 1 exalt. Voltaic barrier. Get some electrocute. I guess these are all worthless, right? Because they're anything that comes from less than a 7 slot is probably worthless. Yeah. Hollow shell, but I guess these are... Oh, we get a Rune of the Sky. We'll just grab that. Instead of reading a bunch of skills I'm never going to use. Well, not never, but not on this build. Because none of them say poison. Oh, I don't have the, I don't have a working song tracker, but I can tell you what it is. It's Insane by Black Griff. There we go. I'll be the bot. I don't know why my throat is so dry today. You're welcome. Someone did post a plugin on Reddit a while back that I put on my to-do list to install because they said it would work with Tidal, which is what I use for my music. So you have reminded me that I need to actually configure that. Once again, something on my to-do list did not get done. Are you surprised? I'm not surprised. My to-do list is very, very long. I'm very good at adding things to it. I'm so good at adding things to my to-do list. Sometimes when I read through it, the same thing has been added 4, maybe 5 times. as I add it, and then a month later forget that I've added it and add it again to the top of the list. Ooh. The clutch flask there to save me from the breach spam. Remarco Ball. Hey, I saw you activated the poison duration nose on the far right of the tree. What was the reasoning for it? The reasoning was to increase poison duration. It was feeling a little bit quick, so I thought I'd grab a couple. Yeah, I was just feeling like my poisons weren't lasting quite as long as I wanted them to. It's PoE League launch week. Good reason, good excuse to let the to-do list have a few unchecked items. Oh, Gaius, that's very charitable of you. But my to-do list problems have existed long before League launch. To be honest, Remarco Ball, I don't know that adding the poison duration nodes did a huge amount, to be honest. Because I haven't done any analysis really on optimization of the build. So I didn't look to see how it changed the duration calculation. I just added them because I just wing it, you know. As long as the build's working, I don't tend to question the nodes that I've taken too deeply. When we start trying to scale up to much more difficult content, I will start optimizing, and I'll probably, you might find that I drop them. Where am I doing calculations? Is it spreadsheet time? So, yes. So I get some of the calculations I do from POB. So I get the information I need. So if we look at, let's see if we go to weapon set 1 on the current config. We go to calculation, we got fragmentation rounds. So I get my maximum stacks. It says stack potential, but they've changed the formula. This isn't the right formula for stack potential. Ailment stacks config override. Yeah, something's changed on the POB side. Number of poisons on the enemy, there we go. Average. Ah, there we go. Now it's right. So yeah, you get the formula here, right? So chance to hit, chance to apply poison, duration by attack time, divided by the max number of stacks. So as long as we're attacking constantly, we have 106% stack potential. Poison roll we don't need to worry about because we're doing Riven stuff. Magnitude effect. So I get some of these numbers. Poison duration is 1.2 seconds. So let's say we were optimizing, right? At the moment, I've taken these two nodes. So it's at 1.92 seconds. If I take these off, it goes down to 1.76. So we get 0.18 seconds. So about 10% longer poisons for 2 nodes. Plus I get poison immunity. Now, in terms of how that translates to DPS, I had to make a spreadsheet for that. Sorry for the flashbang, but spreadsheets are white. So I worked out the current setup, right? I put a reference here. This is the current setup. Well, not the one we've got because there's a +3 amulet now, but the previous setup. We got our average damage from POB for high velocity rounds. So if we switch to the right weapon, it's like 85k. I dropped that down to 79 because of rage stuff. I just made a guesstimation. then we can work out how much damage our frag rounds is doing, right? Which is 5% of the HVR average times 12. We get our attack rate, and then we get our physical DPS. So our physical DPS is about 350k. Then we get our chance to poison, our hit chance, effective DPS mod, so damage taken and resistances. We currently don't have any sources. Max stacks. And then we can calculate our poison DPS. So our poison DPS is the frag round damage times 20%, because that's how much damage poison does, 20% of the pre-mitigation hit, times by poison magnitude, which is 5.74, times by the effective DPS mod, right, which is 1, so no change. So each poison does 50k. Its duration is, well, it says 1.84 here. That was what the duration was before. The total poison damage, so for 12 stacks, this is just how much damage 12 stacks will do. And then if we hold down the button, how much damage are we doing? So that's the total physical DPS plus the poison DPS per second. So it's 1,000,000 DPS. So we could update this. So if I grab this, add it to the build, and we put our average damage up to 91k. And our poison duration has gone up as well. But poison duration only affects our stack potential and our total damage. Oh, it's gone up to 2.12 seconds now. Why is that? Maximum poison stacks. Oh, right. It's okay. It's because we switched weapons. So we can put 91.6k into the spreadsheet. Frag rounds now does 54k. Chance to poison is gone down to 91%. Still no effective DPS mod. Stack potential is at 145%. What's our fire rate? 7.37. 112. Right, it's not far off. Poison magnitude is 5.74 still. Poison duration is 1.92. So 107. So now we're at parity, right? So we know our formula is working. And our +2 proj increased our DPS by 162k. And increased our total poison damage by 250k. For just +2 skill levels. Not directly relatable to your build, but good to know how you're fine-tuning it outside of PoB. PoB's been generally good, but I don't always trust it. Yeah, you have to make sure the config's right, and also you have to make sure it's not made some assumptions that don't make any sense. Yeah, sometimes does that. So it might assume, for instance, with fresh clip that you're reloading way more often than you actually are. Things like that. But yeah, it just doesn't currently have the calculation for Riven in it yet. So that's why I have to use the spreadsheet, so I can work out actually How much damage does fragmentation rounds do? I also don't know if the Rage Forge calculation is correct, which is why I reduced the average damage down manually. Anyone looking for Lear casts? Doesn't look like it. More tribute to the king. Lots of stuff like that for me too. Things not supported in PoB. At least they've added Eternal Rage support now. I say at least, right? They do so much work. That's very, very privileged of me to say at least they've done that now. All that work they do for free. Why can't they do more work for free, huh? Oh. 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 T2 Fizz. T2 Life Leech. There's a ring. There is a ring to craft on. I say craft on. Slam with an essence. Crafting in the loosest sense of the word, eh? Alright. What could I slam this with? What do I need? So if I take off this fire res ring, right? Is that what I want to take off? Probably. I think I need the stats from this ring. Do I? 115. 113. I don't know if I do actually. 103. I need to do 20. No, I do need the stats from this ring. Plus it has better fizz anyway. Alright, if I take this one off. I'm losing like 100 life. I'm losing some fire res. Some cold res. I'm losing a bit of everything because it has all res. If only there was an all res essence. But I could collarbone it. I would like some life leech. What do I need to hit this with? What's my biggest weakness? Fire? I can make up some of the resistance losses with some other runes. I can drop the iron rune from this, for instance. 100 evasion isn't doing a huge amount. So we slam this with an insulation. Mineral. So now I just need a bit of cold res and a bit of lightning res. So I guess I want to collarbone a suffix. God, this interface, eh? Alright, I'm gonna relog. I heard people say one good leech mod is enough to feel quite a lot. Yes, when I have a leech mod, then I do notice it. I don't fully understand the weapon points in the passive tree. Green points are for main weapons. So, we have 2 weapon sets. Weapon set 1, which is red points, and weapon set 2, which is green points. Weapon set 1 is Rampart Raptor. And so all of the weapon set 1 points, the red ones, go on attack speed. Weapon set 2 is our main damage weapon, and that goes on the green points, weapon set 2 points. And then for skills, armor piercing rounds is assigned to weapon set 2. High velocity rounds is assigned to weapon set 2. Fragmentation rounds is assigned to weapon set 1. Does that clear things up, Frosty Frog? Alright, and that's Greater Exaltation. 4, 10. Yeah, this is worth it. Cold damage and evasion rating. Alright, I've had worse. Evasion rating's nice. I'm not going to use an Echoes. This ring isn't that good. Guess we do strength and intelligence. Alright, a little bit of a damage boost, and now we need to throw a cold rune in our helm. See how much our evasion goes down. We're at 56. It did not move. Oh wait, it's because we're in Act 2. 52. Alright. And now I'm missing 3% lightning res. How dare you, sir? We should probably anoint our amulet, eh? Whoops. Let's check POB. The question is, do I want more poison magnitude or do I want more HVR damage? Did I just talk through an ad again? Do I need to repeat anything for anyone? Apologies. Once again, I did not see the ad coming. Do I need to repeat anything? Does anyone need me to repeat anything I might have been in the middle of saying? Or is everyone watching subscribed? Okay. Let's check for anoints. Let's check the damage on armor piercing rounds, and that gives us a good indication, right? We need to tick include in full DPS. Apparently armor piercing rounds only does 84k DPS. Feels like it does more than that. But it's probably not taking into account this like stacking damage. So if we put uh, 10, 113k. Alright, so now we have the right configuration. We can check the anoint. We'll sort by full DPS. Oh, our anoint's broken? What's happened? Why? Oh, the anoint search is not working? That's annoying. Yeah, it worked in the last version. Not sure what's going on here. Alright, I'm gonna restart POB. Oh, update ready. Let's update POB then. Ah, there we go. Let's see what adds the most damage. Max Rage. Isolation, Disgust, Fear. Yeah, I thought it might be Rage. Dangerous Blossom. 10% as extra Fizz. Crushing Verdict. I'm surprised. We don't want extra Chaos. We want either Fizz or Battle Trance, eh? But they both need Isolations. I don't really want to check how much they cost. I'm surprised Lasting Trauma isn't on here. Oh, it's because it does reduced attack speed, but it adds 5k poison DPS, which is like 10% more damage. Whereas Battle Trance adds... even more poison DPS. Okay, so... it's probably just going to be Battle Trance. But we can also check HVR average damage, so... let's turn off APR full DPS. Let's check HVR and see what that says, including full DPS. Yeah, I mean, I haven't checked how much these things are going to cost yet, so... sort by average hit. Crushing Verdict. Dangerous Blossom. Where is Battle Rage? It's even on here. Feeling. In love with me. Really wish Delirium was dropping stuff correctly. I like it already, but new visual effects and mechanics are cool. Yeah. Battle Trance adds 5.6k average damage versus Crushing Verdict adds what, 9? So I think Battle Trance is the best all-rounder, eh? But Crushing Verdict is cheaper. Wonder if anyone's made that new RF staff work yet. $9K. 5.6. Wow, apparently 36% increased physical damage is also just a massive bonus, eh? Instead of 8% more damage. 10% tempered mine. Wow, increased effect of fully broken armor. Isolation. This is very cheap. Ire Disgust Fear is very cheap. For 36% increased physical damage. So we'll have to see how much emotions cost. This is also very good. Heavy ammunition is incredibly cheap for 40% damage. Come into me. Alright, let me just do one more check. Lose control. You're not next to me. I saw people put it on trade for 65 div. Yeah, I guess no one's running Delirium, eh? It's hard and it doesn't drop anything. I kind of want to take Battle Trance just to make clearing even better. We're about to do a bunch of like questline stuff, right? Our boss damage is fine. All right, let me check how much emotions cost. Let's see if this puts the kibosh on it. Delirium. On 7 divines next to me. Sufferings are 2 div, at least. That seems more reasonable. Don't really want to pay 7 divines. I'll pay 2. Does that mean Crushing Verdict is the play? Is that Suffering? I keep forgetting. It takes so long to search each time. It is a Suffering. I guess this is the best value then, right? %50 increased attack damage. 8K, 8.8K, 5K. $5K poison DPS. 5K poison DPS. God damn it. Alright, one more check on high velocity rounds. This is why I don't do all this theory crafting on stream normally. I spend so much time just thinking. Reload speed, of course reload speed. Oh no, wait. I don't even have the wrong skill highlighted. Iris with the follow. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Cheers to you two. 7k average damage, 9k. All right, I think I just do Crushing Verdict, right? For now. What was it? Suffering, envy. I mean, people are getting emotions, eh? What was it? Envy, suffering. Ire. Oh, I have an ire. I get some lightning res from somewhere. I could masterwork rune, my Greater Storm rune. Do I still have it? Yeah. Does this give me enough? 22. There we go. A perfect storm. You have to go to the Withered Willow? Wait. Oh. I did not know that either. Alright. Okay, well, we have the new ring. So now, if I can get 60... If I can get another bit of spirit, then we can do berserk stuff. So I can assign this notable, but not this one. It must be locked behind audience with the king, eh? We'll just get more tribute for now. Let's continue playing the computer game. You having fun there, Jado? You like standing on my waypoint? La 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 la. So I guess we definitely need to make it to the... Oh wait, no, I have to go to the delirium area. It's not the ritual area. God damn it. Is Lavianger still worth it? They've come down in price quite a lot. It's a decent damage boost, yeah. It allows you to pick up some very efficient nodes. They're like, what? 1.5 div now? So it's not going to hurt to pick one up. It just lets you use the flask nodes on the passive tree that care if your flask is active. It's not going to hurt your build. There are probably, I mean, for me personally, at my stage of progression, there are better things to spend my money on, but I will pick it up. I was just waiting for it to come down in price a bit as they become more common. They were very expensive, like yesterday. They were still like 4 div yesterday. $120x. Yeah, that's like, yeah, just over 1.5 div. Not a terrible price. So you get a nice attack damage boost and a nice attack speed boost from using Laviangers. Will you aim at the right monster, please? Who doesn't love some choir-driven techno, eh? Is this not the best mapping music? A Cat Jam worthy song if you ever saw it. Do you think Cat Jam works now? Oh no, I still have to add it, don't I? Sorry, it's on the to-do list. Actually, I don't even know if I did add that to the to-do list. It's not even on the to-do list, I keep forgetting. Bum, 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 bum. I want more music like this. Does Tidal have the option to start a playlist from the song we're playing from? Go to track radio. Let's see what this random playlist is going to be like. Have a bit of EDM to close out the stream, shall we?
It's your lucky day. Oh, it's you.
Yes, if you must.
Oh, we're nearly there. Nearly at the crux. Rainzik with the follow. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. What was down here? What am I forgetting? Oh, I used my audience with the king to reveal it. I was like, I'm missing an item. Welcome to the stream, Rainzik. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're enjoying your league start. I mean, someone must be getting delirium to drop loot if the currency exchange is full of emotions. So is it just maps in mirrors that are bugged? It's going pretty well so far. That's good to hear. What build are you playing? When does a league cease to be a league start, do you think? 1 week? Is it league start week? League start fortnight? League start month? You're still getting emotions? I've only had a couple drop. And they've been shit ones, considering I've made it all the way to the end. Maybe it's just the boss drops at the end that are bugged of a map for making it to the end. Oh, you're playing the Poison Pathfinder build. Still in Act 3 with Permafrost. I started later. Well then, I would recommend that you stick with Permafrost for as long as it feels comfortable. Because the Poison switch can slow things down a bit. Unless you're really keen to switch to Poison and don't mind things slowing down clear-wise. Single target goes up, clear speed goes down a little bit. Pinnacles and Ubers. Yeah, maybe they're just getting them from Pinnacles and Ubers. Maybe people are farming Tangmazu. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Don't get any from mirrors or bosses. These ritual tablets seem to be dropping. Is that an amelioration? Oh, I want that. Oops. Almost swapped my armor out there. Alright, ritual done. Time for the boss. Maybe the key to clearing maps faster is EDM. Makes me want to zoom. All right, time for Mr. King. Thank you very much. Always gets me in a blasting mood at a minimum, right? I gotta stop listening to the Ramesh Ranganathan show and start listening to EDM when I'm grinding offline. Oh, look at that helm. T1 energy shield, T1 rarity, T1 life, T3 fire res, T4 lightning res. Now that's a hybrid helm if I've ever seen one. With an open suffix. God, that's gotta be worth a few divine. The only similar helms have full... I'm gonna throw this up for like 5 div. Unless I want to wear it. No, I don't want to wear it. Do I want to wear it? No. Throw it for 5 div.
Seems like a good deal.
Ritual altars have a chance to be built on summoning circles. Was I using fork before? Yes, before I got a crossbow that has chain on it, I was using fork, and I was using this cluster that gives an extra projectile when forking. Because it's really forking good. So it does help a bit. It's not as good as chain because you can't... The fork projectiles don't seek out enemies. And there's some weird behavior. I don't know if it's just on controller, but when you shoot a really small enemy and the projectiles fork, they just fork directly into the ground. They don't fork like outwards. But it does help until you can get an upgrade. I think the fork setup is in the early maps on Mobalytics. I don't know if you saw Rainzik, but I updated the Mobalytics guide today. So there's now a couple of tabs for mapping. There's one for early maps, which does use which doesn't use fork, and then red maps I set up fork. Yeah, the red maps tab has fork. But if you can get a attack chain and additional time weapon, you don't need it. Haven't had a chance to check, but we'll later tonight. Yeah. Blasting is the priority, eh? Alright, we'll turn off amelioration for Nameless King. We'll assign this passive point. Additional pack of Wildwood Monsters. Alright. We need a T15. We need a Waystone? Alright, do we just put this blue one in? Why do I need a Waystone to fight King of the Mist? Do the mods make a difference? I don't know if it means mods affect them. Let's find out. Do fork and chain work together? Do the forks chain? Oh, that's a good question. I'll need to check my order of operations. I made a slide about it in my build guide video, in my how to make builds video. Let me have a quick look. So here is one I made earlier. So the order of operations is the projectiles will fork first and then they will chain. So it goes split, then the projectile needs to pierce as long as it does, then fork, then chain, then ricochet. But it's overkill, right? Because if you're using chain, you should just use Dominus Grasp. You should just use this support gem instead of fork. It's much better than fork. And it costs like 1 exalt. Alright, time for King in the Mist. Oh, actually, I need to turn off. Oh, I didn't. Do I not have Herald of Plague active on my. Oh, I had Wind Dancer active. Whoops. On weapon set 2. Wow, I didn't even notice. My clear didn't even feel any worse, did it? I think. Wait, what did I. Oh, I don't know what's going on. And then we want Uruk Smelting. Rapid attacks.
Time to cut the head off the snake.
Body shall become home to all live. A sliver of what my home feels like.
It does look like he gets map mods. So we can make him harder for better rewards. Wow. So you can stick a 6 mod map in the pinnacle. Oh, I have to go around this way, do I? It's not a pinnacle. Oh yeah, he's a lieutenant now, isn't he? Lieutenant Nameless King. We better still drop good loot. Well, he had like no health, so probably could have got away with the four socket there. Oh, we got an ingenuity.
I am confused. What is it? I am.
It looks like he's just at T1 level.
Here's the god. The king. What is it? But no, what can I?
Select 5 maps. But it has to be one near here. Is that what's happening? Riverside or trenches. So Devourer or Monkey. Whoa. The first boss I have to add to Rite of the Nameless is either Devourer or Monkey. Are you kidding me? I don't know what's worse to be in a tiny circle with. I'll do Monkey. Steepage is fine. Steaming Springs is fine. Greenhouse. What's the boss in Greenhouse? Bloodwood. Bloodwood is Monkey again. No, wait. Bloodwood is Devourer again. Fuck it. Okay, let's do greenhouse. There we go.
Seek out powerful effigy, then with remain strong.
Whatever. Now I can allocate this. So I did need to kill King of the Mist to be able to allocate the royal tithe, which it doesn't say.
These cultists spread like weeds.
Yeah, that's good to know indeed. Alright, let's try the right of the Call of the Shadows then. Maybe I should get my anoint. Can I leave? How do I leave? Hello? There's no way out? Do I have to log out? Yeah, I selected it. Do I have to go back in here and then portal out? Oh, I have to portal out from the crux. How's our ingenuity? 30-25, not bad. Increased charm charges used, which isn't great. Means our charms turn off. Our freezing charm stops working with this belt. Which I've just noticed only has one mod on it. Okay, now our freezing charm is not turned off. I could swap the rings round. So if I put ingenuity on, it probably costs me too much. So I've got 1872 life, 49 evasion, 39 deflect. If I put this on, I lose like 50 life and I get a point of evasion and deflect. But I lose fire and a cold res. Yeah, it's not worth it. Not at the moment. I'd have to reconfigure too much gear. Alright. Do 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 boom 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 boom. Let's go. Maybe I should go get Crushing Verdict before I do the rest of this Rite of the Nameless King. I should probably do the Bowdark off stream anyway, so I don't spoil it for you all. Not that I have time to get it done now anyway. We can't do 5 maps in 15 minutes. Why are these mobs not taking any damage? because I don't have Herald of Plague on. It's because I don't have Herald of Plague on. And I have forgotten to swap out of my Pinnacle setup. I don't have Bursting Plague on either. Fucking... It's like, why are these mobs not dying? That's how important Dominus Grasp and Bursting Plague is, eh? There's a little demo for how important those supports are. Monkey. I have a feeling, though, Bursting Plague is going to be incredibly strong for when we have multiple bosses in the ritual. If they all end up spawning, because I can't kill them quick enough, and they all end up there at the same time, as long as I don't die, Bursting Plague should make them all explode each other very quickly. Because it's based on percentage life. Yeah, it's very spicy. I've noticed it with, like, rares stood next to each other when I get the double rare spawn. The Bursting Plague will just, like, almost one-shot the second rare when the first one goes down. Monkey! Oh, you motherfucker. I got body blocked by the ads. Why does it unload my crossbow when I die? Oh, these rituals are not going to go well, are they? Fucking hell. How? Oh my god, is this even... Oh, am I gonna... Oh, did it just fail it? Have I just failed the Rite of the Nameless? On the first map? If that's just failed the entire quest, I am going to be really mad. The map didn't complete. Man. Ugh. The whole dying on a map boss, like, they didn't think this through, is so frustrating. It's because dying on a map boss resets the map, right? So it's turned off the ability to complete the map, even though I technically killed the map. Kill all rare monsters. Oh, wait. Now it wants me to kill all rares. I don't even know where they all are. What? I have killed all the rares. Man. I don't even know what's happening. Alright, I guess we just have to leave the map. I couldn't give my tribute to the king. Map in progress. Yeah, it's failed the map. It's just bugged out the map. Ridiculous. What do I do? Yeah, rip the quest line. Also, monkey in a ritual is very unfair, right? Because you can't dodge roll. What are you meant to do when he slams you?
I'll do what I can to sell it for you.
Is there a way to close the map? Should we see what happens if I just put another map in? Maybe it'll let me try again. Probably not because of the whole once you fail a map you can't do it again thing. So many are designed without being in a tiny circle, and the fact that you're forced to choose a bad one. Alright, I still seem to have the objective to complete all ritual altars, but it's not going to spawn any, is it? I guess we'll see. I apologize for my outburst. Sometimes games make me mad. Yeah, there's not going to be any ritual. Oh, there is a ritual altar. Okay. Alright, well. It looks like the quest chain is preserved, so we'll see if I can survive a monkey attack again. Giant apartment buildings being smashed into my head are one of the weaknesses of my builds. I guess that's why I couldn't donate tribute, because it was going to respawn the altars. So I could spend the tribute on the items in the window, but I couldn't just like infinitely fail the map on purpose to get infinite tribute. I guess that makes sense. Maybe they have thought about it. Maybe I was too quick to judge. To be fair, there's a lot of stuff that breaks like that right now. Right. Yeah. Let's see if we can even get through this. Then we have to fight the monkey in ritual altars every map from now on. All right. Here we go. Tiny circle. Here we go. It's not even a full-size circle, eh? Oh, he didn't spawn? But he spawned in the last one. This is the boss room. Oh, I can't donate tribute to the king here. I see. Ooh, a lightning coil. Catalyzing exaltation. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, I guess I just buy these. Oh wait, does tribute save up? In Rite of the Nameless? I'm actually not sure. We got 300 tribute. Can you suggest me a bleed run and gun build like yours? Works on Pathfinder, we think is better on another class. If you were going to do a bleed run and gun build, I think Mercenary would probably be a better class. And you'd probably end up still using poison in some way. So you could do like Herald of Blood, Herald of Plague stuff with Bursting Plague and Bleed and Poison supports. And you can do that on like Witch Hunter with Decimating Strike, which is quite powerful. I've not done a bleed build on Mercenary, I don't think. But I did do the Herald of Blood thing on a Pathfinder Poison Explosion. But I was mostly just doing bleed on Bursting Plague to get cool blood explosions. I'll give it a try, thank you. My dream in the next update is making sword and crossbow bleed build like Guts from Berserker. Hopefully that'll work. Hopefully we'll get a one-handed crossbow at some point. But we have reached the end of the stream. I hope you enjoyed yourselves today. I hope you enjoy your grind. I'll be back on tomorrow night at the same time. I'll be grinding all day tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get some more upgrades. And then we can put out a medium investment update to the build at some point this week. And maybe a high investment. But I appreciate you all. Thanks for tuning in. Good to see you, Gaius. We'll be back tomorrow. Let's see who's online. I think Media's online. Should we raid Media? Oh no, he's offline. We'll raid out another. Oh, the Crimson's online. Oh, he's AFK though. All right, we'll just end the stream then. Thank you all for watching. You take care too. Have a good night, Remarkable. Had a good night, Rainzik. I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.